For today's lunch, I'm preparing baked potato goulash. It's one of the most visited recipes on our site in the last 3 years. Since I saw on the site that baked potato goulash is one of the most viewed recipes, I decided to film it as well. Except in this video recipe, we have one improvement: bacon. Take 2 slices of bacon like this and cut them into larger pieces. Put the bacon in a pan to fry a little and release its fat so I won't need oil. If you don't have bacon, skip this part and immediately chop the onion and add a little oil. Now I'm putting it on the heat. While the bacon is frying gently, I'll peel and chop 3 large onions. You don't have to chop the onion too finely, because we're going to sauté it and it will cook long enough. Or rather, bake in the oven, so it will soften and almost disappear. The bacon has fried a little while I chopped the onion. Now I'm going to fry it a little more so it melts as much as possible. Since this is quite meaty bacon and doesn't have enough fat, this is the amount I'll add. That's about half a tablespoon. I added homemade lard. You can add whatever you have proportionally to that amount. Once the bacon has fried, add the previously chopped onion. Add a little salt so it releases excess water and continue to sauté. While we wait for the onion to sauté, let's prepare the meat. I already have it pre-cut into slightly larger pieces like this. This is beef shoulder and there are 700 grams here. It needs some fat. Prepare a heat-resistant dish or a clay pot like this. Also prepare spices such as seasoning mix and red pepper, granulated garlic or fresh garlic, and parsley. Let's go back to the onion and continue sautéing. Mix everything a little so it's nicely even. Before it's done, pour 100 milliliters of water into the onion. Continue to cook it like that until the excess water evaporates. Mix everything a little more and we're done sautéing the onion. Remove it from the heat. Immediately pour the onion into the dish. Next, we add the meat. Pour in 200 milliliters of tomato juice. One tablespoon of ground red pepper. This is a small spoon. 2 teaspoons or 1 full tablespoon of seasoning mix. Add pepper to taste. About half a teaspoon is good. 2 or 3 cloves of garlic, or this granulated garlic. Parsley. Now mix everything. Mix well, then pour in water. Only put dishes like this in the oven after you pour in water. Dishes like this are placed in a cold oven to heat up with the oven. Don't put it in a hot one, so this material isn't shocked by the high heat. And then after a few times in the oven, it cracks. This kind of material becomes quite brittle. And when it's put in the heat several times without adapting, It easily cracks. I poured in 500 milliliters of water. Now, I'm going to take it to the oven. Put the lid on and turn on the oven to heat up to 200 degrees Celsius. Leave it in the oven for an hour without touching anything. Then take it out and open it. In that hour, prepare 2 large carrots and 5 to 6 potatoes. If they are small. If they are large, 4 to 5. Now, when you take everything out nicely, cut both the carrots and potatoes. You can cut them larger or smaller. Choose white potatoes because they will cook better and then give the necessary thickness. Now, we're going to mix everything. I'll add a little salt because I only added a little salt to the onion initially, and 1 tablespoon of seasoning mixed to the meat. I'll pour in a little more water, about 200 milliliters. That would be 200 milliliters. I'm going to submerge everything. Now, I won't put the lid back on. Now, I'll put it in the oven like this to bake, so I can see how much sauce there is and how far along everything is. Now, I'll take another cloth and put it back in the oven. After an hour, I took it out of the oven. Now, I'm mixing everything. Look how nice it already looks. Fantastic. This next part that I'm going to do will depend on whether you want more or less sauce. My family likes more, especially the kids. They take more sauce and then mash the potatoes. That's why we need it. So I'm going to add like this. A little water. 100 to 150 milliliters. Mix everything again. Then, in this bowl where the potatoes were, dissolve 1 tablespoon of flour. These are small spoons, so like this. I'll add a little water there. Now I'm going to mix it. If you're not doing this, you can put it back in the oven after mixing. We need a little more water now. I added 500 milliliters of water the first time, and another 500 milliliters in 2 additions, a liter of water. Now I'm putting this all back in the oven for about 30 minutes. We'll see about that. While I wait for the goulash to finish, I'll make coleslaw. Add salt, very little oil, and a little vinegar. Whether you put 1 cup of alcohol vinegar or 2 to 3 of apple is your choice. Now mix everything and let it sit until the goulash is done. I just took the goulash out of the oven and it's done. I baked it for another 35 minutes. Now, I'll show you what it looks like. Look. This is the thickness I wanted to get. The length of baking this last one will depend on what you want in the end. Feel free to taste it to see if it's salty enough. But I think it is. Couldn't you wait? No? Never mind. Now, I'm going to film this part here. You be quiet. And of all things, I grab a carrot, my dear.